Welcome back to this course. In this course, we are going to talk about law of supply and demand, which is very much important. We are going to explain, and also it is going to help us augment our strategy and also to analyze everything that is happening on the market. What is supply and demand? The law of supply and demand is a theory that explains the interaction between the sellers of a resource and the buyers for that resource. The theory defines the relationship between the price of a given good or product and the willingness of people to either buy or sell it. Generally, as price increases, people are willing to supply more and demand less, and vice versa when the price falls. So they are willing to supply more because the price is increasing, because they know that if they supply more, they are going to have profit because of the price increase. Point number two, the theory is based on two separate laws, the law of demand and the law of supply. The two laws interact to determine the actual market price and volume of goods on the market. Let's go on it. So, this is a chart. We understand that, let me remove these or the drawing. We are going to remain like this. So we understand that supply is found up there and demand is down here. So we have an understanding that supply starts from down going up and demand starts from up coming down. So what does the law states? Here's an example. If something is too much in a circulation, or it is everywhere, everyone has it, and everyone can easily have access to it, it loses value. Let me give you an example. Do you know the reason why gold is so much expensive? Because it is rarely found, and few people are in possession of gold. The same applies with currencies. What these guys do, if they want to hike the value of something, they must put it on demand. And by putting it on demand, they have to increase the cost price of something in order to have its value increased by putting it in the hands of few people. And when that happens, the value of something increases and there is prestige for people who have it to feel important because they have access to it and the majority doesn't. And if something also has its cost or the price of something increases, the companies, the manufacturers, the producers are not going to have enough profit because only few people are buying. So what do? They have to bring down the price by having enough supply, which will increase more supply and few people and few demand. So what will happen is that if, for example, in a store, the price of one loaf of bread is too much, many people are not going to buy it. So what will these guys do? In order to have their product sell or bought, they have to drop the price in order for them to retain the amount of money which they had invested. Because if they keep it up there, few people are going to buy it, and it is going to be, it is going to reach its expiry date. And guess what? They will just dispose of it or throw it off. So what do? They have to put it on supply and have enough supply so that many people can buy when they see the cost of it is at least at the minimum amount or cost so that everyone can have it. So now what happens is that when the law of supply states that these are the important points that you should follow. The law of demand says that at higher prices, buyers will demand less, you see, of an economic good. Why? Because it is high. The price is too much, so they will demand less. But the law of supply says that at higher prices, sellers will supply more of an economic good, and when they do, buyers will have access to it. These two laws interact to determine the actual market prices and volume of goods that are traded on a market. Several independent factors can affect the shape of market supply and demand, influencing both the prices and quantities that we observe in the market. Let's go on. So, in short, what we are saying is that at the supply level is where we find sellers. At the demand level is where we find buyers. So the psychology of the market is that sellers sell at the supply level and buyers buy at the demand levels. Why buying at the demand levels? You buy at this level because the price will be much cheaper than you buying it at this level. And the same applies to those. You buy at this level because the price will be at least than buying at this level. So unlike those who be buying here, they will be buying at the time when the sellers are selling and pushing the price down, because psychology has it that people already know this level exists as a supply zone and this level exists as a demand zone. So it is very much important because we sell at higher prices and buy at lower prices. That is the actual psychology behind the law of supply and demand.